Got these like GM oil cooler things. You see the left side one, it looks all ghetto. I did that when I was like 20. I should have used ear clamps. But this side I think starting to leak. The left side. That's the left side, the right side. Or left side of the car, driver's side. So we're gonna have to cut this shit off. How I did this last time, this is only clamped. This was clamped on one side, but it had one of these crimps on one side. This one has crimps and crimps. I think that one is starting to weep a little bit. It's a failure point. It's like on your oil cooler lines, so you should do something about it. Here's the 2005 hose. Same 2005 hose. We did that and we fixed it in like 2006. My friend, back in the day, he had a nice air die grinder. I'm going to be using a Dremel. What you just have to do is you have to cut this fitting off, like straight line, then peel it off, and then you can get the old hose off and put ear clamps. I'm going to be using ear clamps. Hopefully this works. We can get this going. Again, big die grinder from the bottom. When it's on a lift, so much easier than doing this shit from the top. Crimp condo garage. And then once you cut this thing, you see you get rotational movement. And you kind of just got to keep on splitting it and forcing it open. Ideally, you should really do 2 cuts. I don't want to do 2 cuts though. I'm gonna keep working on this thing. So much easier on a lift, by the way, because you'll be looking at this from the top and you're not all bent over. This really sucks. I really need to lift an entire machine. Goals for this year. Now, why do I have fuel injection hose on my coolant? I should correct that. I swear this came off easier years ago. I probably did. It's another 10 years of it being baked on. But obviously, you know, don't try to go crazy and keep cutting it. It's like this. All you're going to do is cut the freaking the barb, which you don't want. But, you know, you just got to keep on trying to spread this aluminum clamp. You see over here on this one, there's a little groove. And that's basically what the end of that, or even over here, that's the end of it. It grabs on that groove. So you just got to keep splitting it. It would be easier just to cut it in half on both sides. I don't feel like doing it though. I think I'm just going to work with this. Fight myself. It'll come off. One more to go. Then like 4 hours later of doing whatever, you get it off. And you could do something with it. I nicked it up a little bit, but not so bad. Just be careful you don't cut through it and you don't cut through anything else. Now we got this side to do. Oh man. It is like freaking so hot in this garage, but yet like so cool outside. What do we got now? I'm just going to take this whole line off because it's a lot easier to do this than to freaking jack with it right there. And that's just silly not to take that off the radiator. But you see I kind of marred up this thing, prying it off, but you know, it is what it is. I'll file it down. I didn't see too much damage. There actually is a video out there. A freaking bozo just cuts the whole clamp off and then put the flare in it. It's retarded because, well, I don't even like saying that word. Mentally deficient, because this thing actually has a barb on it. So if you put good clamps on it, it's really not coming off. See, I nicked it right there in a low spot, but it's okay. It'll work until I come up with AN fittings and something. And I want to ditch these clamps and do that nice just so it looks good. So let me get this off. I have no idea what size it is. Yeah, we just kind of cowboyed this. Aluminum, not good to breathe. I think we just get a mouthful of it. I'll have Alzheimer's now, where they say that, but it's probably just being poisoned. Definitely a way to go. If you can just take the line off, so much easier. Again, unless you're on a lift. I mean, we knocked out that other one in no time. I just don't want to struggle though, so close to the radiator. It's pointless. But again, cut it, get your little Dremel in there. The strongest part of the crimp is about right here. You can cut it up. You can cut it 3 times if you want. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna try 2. And again, just keep bending it. You're gonna need 2 hands though. Best is to have a little pry bar. Yeah, this is a lot easier. Just break it in half. Make it like no damage on this. See the barb? 2005 hose, because I don't want to go to the store and get a brand new fresh piece. Unused, but just old. I don't care. I don't know what it was. What is it? 10/10/2005. I think the store is going to give you a brand new hose. Probably not. It's going to be old too. Yeah, a little bit longer. I did it on purpose. These are pretty cool to cut it. Get a nice solid thing. Yeah, there's some bad videos on the internet. I'm just saying though. Not dissing anyone, but just saying there's some bad videos out there doing this shit. Yeah, they cut that whole, I don't know. So many views too. People like, this is awesome. I'm like, screaming. Don't do that. Anyway, let's go put that on there. Put 2 ear clamps on it and we'll get this thing rocking and rolling. If there's a wing too in the hose, try to match it the way it was too, you know, the bend. Just keep it like that. It's good. You don't want to obviously try to fit it like that. I used 3. I did them in alternating fashion because I felt like it. O-Ticker makes these cool things. You see, definitely got some squishies on there. It's right to the end of the bar, but that's not coming off. What you do is you just use your clamp pliers. These are double ones. I kind of want to get the single ones too. These get in the way sometimes. You know, you just get that on there and you just give it the beans. And there you go. Let's go do the other side. Should be alright. It's not that high pressure, but I just want it so it doesn't turn. And you know, worm clamp will loosen over time. These don't really do it. There are mosquitoes in here, big time. But that's like that side, and that's going to be that side. Look how much better that looks instead of those ugly old worm clamps. Test fit it. See, these are actually good too because when you put newer hose on, it's more flexible. The other stuff literally had no give to it. Even this hose is pretty hard, and this hose is much softer. Even though it hasn't been put in use, but it's still old hose. That is the deal. Yeah, I think those were touching before. Now they're not. I kind of like it this way better. Let's go crimp it and fix that mess over there. Maybe I should do that first. I don't know. What I'm doing is kind of ghetto. We're putting 2 over here. We're putting 3 on this one. We're putting 3 on that one. Just doing it the way we want it. But I'll call this clamp the most friendly clamp because this spring clamp has so much tension on it. It's a factory one. It's just insane. I had to replace that hose because the other one was squished bad by worm clamps. So it's just pointless to put ear clamp on something that's meshed. It's not going to probably work correctly. Oh well. And then you crimp all your stuff. Like I said, we use 2 on 1 because that barb's shorter than that one. 3 on this one. That side came factory with a spring clamp. Tighten up anything else you might have loosened up. And yeah, fill it back up. Transmission fluid, maybe you lost a splash of it. And that should work. Better than a worm clamp. Cheaper and possibly easier than replacing the whole line. Definitely easy if you're laying underneath the car. Not so easy from the top bending over on a low car. But yeah, get rid of that shit. I know this is just a matter of time before these old 1994 hoses split on you. This thing's already, you can almost crack it in half. Yeah, look at it. I'm bending it. I did not do that before. I'm literally peeling something off of it. I don't know, rubber. Or could be just paint. Maybe it's just paint. Yeah, paint's coming off of it. But definitely not as flexible as it should be. It can split on you. Just saying. Or the end's gonna start leaking and you will lose a lot of transmission fluid fast. These hoses definitely rotten. So there we go. Even the 2005 hose is kind of a little rotten. I replaced it with another 2005 hose that was never used. I should have got a new one. Oh yeah, you know it, but I'm just being cheap. Is cheap going to be a success? I don't know. Let's put it back together. I'm done. Fix it easy. Don't cut the ends off. O-Ticker, or O-E-T, I-K-E-R, I think they're called, or something. What's it say on these crimpers? It's the same ones. No, it doesn't say on here. No. This thing's got a bath of transmission fluid. Not happy about that. What are these? O-E. Hold on. Oh, this thing sucks. O-E-T-I-K-E-R. That's the brand. An 18.5 millimeter. Clamps decent on a 3/8 hose. 3/8 ID. You get those things, they're cool. Anyone sells them, just Google it. You can buy a whole pack of them for whatever you want to spend. So there we go, back together. Mostly, gotta put this stupid thing on, which I want to get rid of. Go back to the stock thing. And yeah, nice tiresome job. That would be so much easier. Would have been done like an hour ago. There's less brakes if you had a lift. So done. Just gonna start her up.